So we're in Haria. It's a beautiful day, 2nd of November, 28 degrees or so.
Oh, it's warm, isn't it? Yeah.
What we're going to do today is walk down to the cemetery, and I will explain why we're doing that. Today, as I said, is the 2nd of November. It's the day after All Saints' Day, which is Dia de los Santos. And it's the day, Dia de los Santos yesterday was the day when everyone goes to the cemeteries in Spain and leaves flowers on the graves of their loved ones. So we're going to go and see what the flower display's like. We chose not to go there yesterday, didn't we, Jules, for obvious reasons?
Yeah, it's a bit intrusive, isn't it, if everyone's there paying their respects. We're there with the camera.
So we're walking through the plaza right now. October was a super hot month, and the greenery that we had from the early rain is starting to die away already. But we're going to stop at the Barranco, where Julie tells me there's some good green stuff to have a look at. Lots of people around this morning. Very big group of French tourists we just walked past. And those of you who know Haria will know that there used to be a stage there on the left. That's been taken away now, and we use a temporary stage when we have events here.
That's awesome. So
we've got some kind of display down here, Jules. It's you were just saying it's the month of Mayores, so the...
Well, that was what that sign was we just walked past.
The Old People's Month.
Yeah, they had lots of events on to get them out and about and mingling with each other, so it was really nice to see.
Let's have a little look at these and see what they say.
It's about the water in Lanzarote. We've got water channels.
Yeah. Yeah, and the old wells that they used to have.
Pottery bowls.
Okay, so it's all about how we used to collect and store water in the old days. There's an old boy on his aljibe with his burro, faithful burro looking at him. Right, let's go around the corner.
Okay.
This additional one talks about the desalination plant, and something that is something I'm fascinated by and interested in. Those sort of pots on the two bottom photos are the old-fashioned water filters that used to be used in houses. And what the sign here is saying is that Lanzarote was the pioneer in Europe for desalination for human consumption. In 1964 we had the very first desalination plant here, and it was well ahead of the rest of the world. And back then it was taking 2,000 cubic meters of water a day.
Well, tourism couldn't have developed without that, could it? Because we've not got any natural water sources.
It's true. It would have been completely impossible, wouldn't it? Just look at that blue sky. Sort of almost feels criminal that it's November, doesn't it?
Oh, no, it's lovely, and it's supposed to carry on for another 2 weeks. I think mid-November they reckon this warm spell will continue until.
Quite a cool little mini moto. So you can see some of the greenery on the hill in the background there, but this is the main barranco that runs through the village, carrying rainwater down to the ocean. That's beautiful. I've never seen that looking like that.
No, it's a really thick forested green, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, not forested, grassy green.
Grassy green. And a lovely bougainvillea there, and over here we've got yet another bougainvillea. I can't remember what the blue one's called, Jules. We've got a few of them ourselves, haven't we?
Yes, and it's on the tip of my tongue and I can't remember.
Okay.
Nope.
Some traffic noise on this section. We're on Calle San Juan, but I just thought I'd shoot a little bit of that green hill there to show you what we were talking about earlier. I mentioned yesterday was Dia de los Santos. The night before is Noche de Fineos, so the night of the deceased. Kind of like Halloween, but not the same. On that evening, families get together and talk about their loved ones. And the old people remember great Uncle Pepe, etc., and tell the kids all about them and what they were like.
It's nice, isn't it? Sort of the stories get passed down through the generations.
I agree, yeah, I really like the whole idea of it. And here's the second little church, Church of San Juan, or St. John. This is the entrance to the cemetery. When a villager dies, they take the coffin through the village, which is a 1 kilometre walk away, in a car which travels very slowly, and everyone walks behind it to pay their respects. Of course, Cesar Manrique is buried here. His home was just 1.2 kilometres away from where we are now. And we'll go in and have a look at his grave in a moment. I probably won't talk while we're in there in case there are people around, so we'll just film. So it's a beautiful spot, the entrance to this area. There's some water flowing there. There's a wreath been laid by the Ayuntamiento. And when we go inside, you'll see there are flowers absolutely everywhere. Just a beautiful, tranquil place to remember your loved ones. And this is the gravestone of Cesar Manrique. As you can see, very simple stone, just with his name inscribed in it and his date of birth and the date he died. And you can find it by this huge cactus by the small chapel, and underneath a beautiful canary palm. Although some are buried in graves in the ground, it's more common here in Spain for people to be buried in a wall like this. So behind each of those stones, someone has been buried. What you'll see on many of these is the letters DEP, which is the Spanish equivalent of RIP, rest in peace. Very peaceful place, Julie, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? And it's very, sort of, very quiet. There's like a natural quietness about it.
Yeah. And from the entrance here, there's just the most beautiful view across the valley. Perfectly trimmed canary palms. So there you go, a somewhat unusual video this week, perhaps a morbid topic, but
It's culture though, isn't it? It's part of understanding the Spanish traditions.
And something that's taken very seriously here, obviously, but we kind of like the tradition of the flowers on All Saints' Day. They really do make the cemeteries look beautiful, and it makes the families remember their lost ones, lost relatives, which is rather pleasant. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Have a wonderful weekend wherever you are from a very hot and sunny Lanzarote in November. Bye for now.
Bye.